Lead the Way, a podcast for school leaders with author, speaker, and educator, Dr. Bill Ziegler.
Today, I'd like to welcome Neil Gupta, Director of Secondary Education for the Worthington School District in Ohio. Neil, it's great to have you on Lead the Way today.
Yeah, thanks for letting me be here. Appreciate it.
Neil, you do great work around Shadow a Student for school leaders. Tell us a little bit more about what Shadow a Student is for school leaders.
Yeah, so, it's part of a design thinking framework. And so design thinking came out of some of the work with companies like IDEO and School Retool. And they talk about this idea about how do we build programs and systems that actually help people and really meet the needs of what the intended problem is. And the first step is that you have to have empathy, that you really have to understand the problem at hand before you can start beginning to solve it. And the idea of empathy is really coming alongside and really walking in the shoes of what that looks like. From the idea of school, we might all say that we attended school K through 12 at some point in our lives, but I mean, the world is different, today than it was, when we were there. And so it's important for us to get back and realize what that looks like. And so School Retool and Harvard D Schools and some other companies got together and designed a challenge called it Shadow a Student Challenge, which is basically, it's actually just finished for administrators, and it could be teachers that for a day shadow a student. They, get on their jeans and their whatever clothes they wore back then, get on the bus, follow a student's schedule around with them all day long, and really start to experience what their schools are like.
Neil, you just got finished shadowing a student. Tell us what it was like. What did you learn from it?
So this is my third year doing this, and we have two traditional high schools in our district, and I did those the previous 2 years. And we have an alternative program as one of our high school programs. So I shadowed a student yesterday for a full day. And what I walked away with was a couple things. When we talk about the kids and their cell phones and how much, that they're on that, and it becomes an issue in the schools and things, I was blown away by, I never saw a cell phone out during the class time. Now, between classes, the answer is yes, they were on their cell phones. But during class time, there wasn't. I talked to the principal, and he said that there was a lot of conversation that happened in the fall, not from a standpoint of, compliance and rules, but more about respect and really staying engaged in the lesson. And so a lot of it was our teachers that really designed some awesome lessons that really engaged students in thinking. Students were active participants, and because of that, I was blown away that I never saw a cell phone come out. Now, I know cell phones are used at times for the learning process, but in that engaged part, it was phenomenal. The other thing that I saw that our teachers built, and this really comes down to culture and really developing that respect that I talked about, not just respect for the teacher, but respect for each other. I found that students, when they were presenting some projects, they were giving each other feedback, they were cheering on each other, they were helping in support of each other, and it all had to do because they had that perspective of not just I know my teacher, but I know every single person in my class. They knew them by name. They actually had personal relationship with them. I mean, even if they were assigned randomly to work with a group of kids in their class, they knew who they were. I didn't feel this sense of I got stuck with somebody, or even sometimes I know this happens in the month of March, students are assigned to others in a group and they don't even know who they are. They don't know their names. The students in this program knew intimately each other. And because of that, they were able to work together and actually create some better products than I've ever seen before.
That sounds like great stuff. If I want to learn more about Shadow a Student, where can I learn more, Neil?
Yeah, so I think the actual website is called shadowastudent.org. So I think it's pretty simple for you to go and take a look more about that.
Neil, give us one word why school leaders should do Shadow a Student.
I think reality, like a reality check. I had been in that building for 3 years, in and out of classrooms all the time. And, it's possible that the teachers may have told me that. It's possible the principal may have explained it to me. But I would never have really understood it had I actually not sat down and been in the classroom for a full day. It's almost like deer. If you want to watch deer, you have to get at one with nature or else you're going to scare them away. I put my jeans on. I sat down. After about 10 minutes, the students forgot that I was even there. I think even the teacher forgot that I was there. I was one of the students. I got so much out of it because I got the reality of what was going on.
Neil, it was great to have you on today to talk about Shadow a Student. It makes me want to go get my jeans on and my hoodie and go sit in class and learn a little bit about civics or algebra. So thanks so much for inspiring us to do that. Neil, if people want to learn more about you, how can they connect with you?
Yeah, so I'm on Twitter. If you want to find me on Twitter, my Twitter handle is Dr. Neil Gupta. So it's Neil, and my last name is Gupta.
Thanks so much, Neil. It was great to have you on. Neil Gupta is the Director of Secondary Education at Worthington School District in Ohio.
Great.
Have a great day, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
You've been listening to Dr. Bill Ziegler with Lead the Way. Be sure to check out Bill's new book, Future Focused Leaders, by visiting chaselearning.org. That's chaselearning.org. This has been a presentation of Lead the Way.